Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial slash review of a brush set that I just got. So overall, I'm very impressed with this brush set, especially for the price point. It's under $25. I think it's like 23 bucks, which is an awesome deal that you really can't beat. Especially for you guys that are just beginners. This is another thing I could kind of suggest for getting started as a makeup artist. 20 bucks for a set of 10 brushes. You know, you could pay more than that for one specific brush. And they are synthetic, they are really nice. So you can use them for creams, liquids, powders. So I'm going to be doing today just kind of a spring going out makeup tutorial. This look right here focused on, you know, a flawless complexion and a bold lash and kind of, you know, just glam without being overdone, if I'm not overdone in your opinion. So if you want to see the makeup tutorial for this, just keep watching. All right, so this is the brush set, and rather than bore you and go through individually all 10 of these brushes, I'm just gonna do my makeup with them and see which ones I use and kind of speak to them as I'm using them. But quickly, I'll just tell you, so this comes with a case, this brush set, and the case is actually really nice. It's hard. So it's not gonna smush in your bag, so the shape of your brushes is gonna be protected, and it has another protective layer in here. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 brushes. It has 5 big ones, 5 little guys. That looks like 3 are for eyes, 2 could do concealer, and then, you know, you can do what you want with the face brushes. So I'm gonna get started with my makeup. I have not used these before. Obviously, they're like all in the packaging. So let's see how they do. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is my eyebrows. I'm going to use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown, and I'm gonna outline the bottom and the top. I know that you guys want me to do makeup tutorials, and that's why a lot of you subscribe to me, and it's just hard for me to do them because they take so long to edit and film, and I do work a full-time job. I think I've explained this like 55 times, so I do always feel bad that I can't upload more, and I think I kind of sabotage myself a little bit because I can't get as creative, so I feel like it's harder for me to grow my following and everything like that, but it is what it is. I do appreciate very much the people who do watch my videos. I know that the same people, you know, comment on most of them, which I noticed that, and I appreciate it a lot. So I'm just gonna fill in my eyebrows with the powder like I always do. This is Milani brow powder. I don't even want to show it on camera because it's so old and it's just never run out. Next, I'm going to use my Kat Von D concealer, and I'm going to clean up my eyebrows. I really hope you guys can't hear the music that I'm playing in the background because I don't want to get like copyright infringements. All right, next thing I'm gonna do, again, I still can't use these brushes with yet, but I'm gonna put a little bit of concealer on my eyelids to use that as a primer for my eyeshadow. I just rub this in with my fingers and kind of pat it in. I prefer to use concealer versus actual primer because it covers up any, you know, imperfections or like veins on the eyelids, any redness, anything like that. And to set it, I just used my Tartelette Supermom eyeshadow because it looks like my skin color. And I actually can use one of these brushes for this. So I will use Base Conceal and Blend KA7. I'm just gonna pick this up, and I'm just kind of setting this to make sure the concealer doesn't crease. What I'm going for is kind of a soft but still glam look. So I'm going to use the Naked Petite Heat Palette. This is new. I have not used this before. And I'm going to use this color here, Vibrate, which is a very, very soft brown. And I'm going to use that on my crease. And I'm going to use this guy right here, which is one of the brushes. This is the Eye and Face Blender. Let's see. So this is kind of like, it's not as fluffy as the MAC 224, but it's not, you know, super dense or anything. So I'm just going to use this really light in the crease. last weekend I wore like a super cool smoky grayish purpley eye, which I don't usually do that a lot. And I don't love myself in that type of look as much as something more warm and soft on the eye. So I'm like ready to go back to my comfort zone again. All right, next I'm gonna take the color Hot Spell, which is this brown one in the middle. I'm gonna use the same brush I was using, this Eye and Face Blender KB9, and I'm just gonna put this in the outer corner slash crease, kind of in a C motion. You know who I really love the way that they do makeup and is probably my inspo would be Ariel. I don't know his last name, but he does Kylie Jenner's makeup. And I love that he kind of puts a concentration on the face. He could literally just have mascara on his, you know, model and it still would look beautiful. All right, I'm gonna use this brush, the Face Conceal and Blend, to just kind of blend out the edges of this so that it's not harsh. Just blending away from my eye. So that's as far as I'm gonna go with that deep color. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. I don't feel like having a ton of eyeshadow on. I just think like big lashes, a nice lip, and then like a flawless complexion. That's what I'm about. All right, and for my lid, I just wanna do like a champagne pink type of color. So I'm gonna use this Too Faced palette. I don't even know if this is still something that they make, but it literally doesn't matter. Any like basic color like this. So let's see, I shall use this guy. This is the Eye and Face Buff Blender. So this brush is kind of flat, although it is called a blender. So I feel like this would be better for packing on shadow rather than blending. So that's what I'm gonna use it for. You can use brushes for whatever you want. I think people get confused about stuff like that, you know, and the name of them or anything. Like, that's just the brand suggestion, but there's not a right way or a wrong way to use a brush. If it works for you, it works for you. There's like certain standard rules about, you know, whether you want to use synthetic or natural for liquids or creams or blah, blah, but I mean, just use whatever works. The blush brush that I use is like old as nails. It's probably like 15 years old. And it's a kabuki brush, like a little mini kabuki brush. It's not a blush brush, but I really don't care. Just do whatever you want. See, this is working well for packing on shadow. The thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my Stila liquid liner and I'm gonna do a super, super thin line. Not a wing or anything, just a really thin line, just to act as kind of a base for me to put on my eyelashes to make them blend a little bit easier. I want to have that no eyeliner look, but then it's also more difficult to put lashes on without eyeliner. So I'm just going to do a very, very thin line right across my lid, off camera really quick. All right, so that's done, and that's just the difference, what it looks like. All right, so I'm gonna first put on mascara, then I'm gonna put on my lashes. So this is Better Than Sex by Too Faced. And I have a giveaway for this right now, which you guys should know and should have entered by now. I will leave the link in the description box. So, lashes are just gonna kind of turn this up, you know, make it look a lot more bold. I'm scared somebody's gonna like come into my room or something and scare me while I'm doing this, and I'm gonna stab myself in the eye and poke my eye out. Worst fear. All right, so I would use one of the brushes to do my foundation. Now there is a foundation brush. I mean, any of these could be a foundation brush, really. These two probably, actually. The Face Contour Foundation and the Face Airbrush Foundation. I'm gonna use this one for my powder. I just personally want to do my foundation with my Beauty Blender because I'm doing my Kat Von D foundation. I'm going out, so but you can definitely use one of those for your foundation. They feel, you know, nice in the way that my other foundation brush feels, like density wise, which I think is really important, and just the way that they feel. I hate the way that I look with foundation on before I put my concealer, because I don't put foundation under my eyes, I just do concealer, because I don't like to put a ton of product under my eyes because it gets crepey, not crepey, but just builds up and looks wrinkly and gross. So I wait and put my concealer on after my foundation. So I will use the concealer brush to blend in my concealer. I think I'm gonna pop it on with my Beauty Blender, but I'm gonna test this out and blend it in with this guy. So this is a just kind of flat top little mini stippling concealer brush. So I'm just gonna press this in. It's nice because it's a good size for getting under the eyes. A good size for getting under the eyes. And with my beauty blender, sometimes I struggle. I don't want to get the product under here. I want to keep it contained because right over there is where the wrinkle is under my eyes. Good size for doing under eye concealer. Take my Laura Mercier under eye setting powder. I'm gonna use this guy. I'm gonna use the face powder blush. Oh my god, am I insane? The face powder brush, and just get some of that and set underneath of my eyes. And then what I do is I'll take a pressed face powder, and I'll usually use my Sedona lace brush that looks like this. So I'm going to use this guy, which looks pretty much the same. And I will say the Sedona lace one is a bit more dense, but not in a necessary way, if that makes sense. And this one's obviously a lot more inexpensive. All right, so I do like this brush. This is nice. It doesn't feel super, super dense and heavy. But it's still, you know, packing the product on, just not in like a crazy way. All right, and then for my bronzer, I'm using the KKW Beauty Contour. I'm going to use the Face Blush and Bronze KA05. Let's see, I might usually use like the NARS Ida brush or Ida brush, which is, it's kind of rough. Like it's not really soft, and I don't love that as much anymore. It kind of bothers me. This is actually nice. I actually really like this brush because sometimes this guy can be really too big to use right here. It's just not as precise as I would like it to be. While the NARS Ida brush, again, is kind of harsh on my face. The bristles are rough. This is good. I think this is kind of the perfect density, and I probably will continue to use this for my contour because it's not too dense to the point where it's packing it on. You don't want to pack shit onto your cheeks like that, but it's getting the job done so that I don't have to sit here for like an hour and do 19 different layers, because I do like to be thoroughly contoured. This might be my favorite one that I've used so far. So for blush, I'm going to use good old Kylie Cosmetics Barely Legal, and I'm going to use, I think I'm gonna use the face powder brush actually. I like a big blush brush. Brush feels nice. It's definitely softer than my blush brush that I use now, which is this guy, this little kabuki. It's just because I only use it because I'm just so used to using it. This is definitely a lot softer and feels nice on my cheeks. Doesn't feel like I'm scratching my face, which is nice. And I think this is a good density. So this is good. I would definitely use this again. I don't have a lot of other good brushes like this. Like I have some crappy ones from Morphe that are hard, not soft. I like this a lot actually. Come back to my eyes just to kind of do something underneath and put mascara on the bottom of those. I'm going to use this brush right here, which is the Eye Pencil KP10. I'm gonna use the color Vibrate right here that I put in my crease because I really don't want a heavy under eye shadow. I want it to look really light and almost barely there even. What I usually would use in this case is my Morphe brush that looks like this. So this guy in comparison is just a little bit longer and pointier. That's what she said. I swear I always get eyeshadow in my eye whenever I do this. Like it floats up, the dust from it floats up and gets in my eye, and it's like, is this safe? I'm just gonna grab my mascara that I put on the top, and I'm going to put that on my bottom lashes. All right, so my eyes are done. I'm going to now add some highlighter. I'm gonna take again from the KKW Beauty Contour Kit. I think I might use this guy and kind of squeeze it together a little bit. This isn't like your standard highlighting brush, but who cares? Like I said, it literally doesn't matter. This is the Face Contour Foundation, but I'm just going to kind of use it. I don't like to use a brush that's too small for highlighter because I don't like when it's concentrated. So I actually like the effect that this is giving because it's just a little more spread out. I think it looks good. Yeah, you know what? I actually really like the way that this brush puts this on. All right, the last thing I'm gonna do is my lips, and I'm gonna do just kind of that natural, you know, lip color, flesh lip. I'm gonna use this lip pencil by NYX. It is in the color Natural, and this is a pretty great dupe for Whirl by MAC. And I'm gonna do Stone by Dose of Colors for my lip. That is all I have for you guys today. Let me know if you enjoyed this by giving it a thumbs up, sharing this. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe if you are not already. And, you know, as far as these brushes go, the Malika Jaffrin brushes, I think they're really awesome. If you're looking to grab an inexpensive brush set that you can, you know, pretty much do your whole face with, including a really great case, super simple. You can check it out on Amazon. I will put the link in the description box, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye, guys.